get a couple up to the 44.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now Connor, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger, and he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 22-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Connor. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards, the final tally. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Roethlisberger will throw. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Zach Gentry there to make the grab, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a one-point game, 7-6.
Kill. Switch it. Say. Hey, kill.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Breeze now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Breeze to throw. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. But it's going to be 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Breeze now. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Breeze going to throw. He's going to rifle one, and this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Mike Michael Thomas with his second touchdown here in this first half. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
That catch was simply spectacular. These guys are athletic marvels nowadays, these receivers, the way they go up and get the football, and to one-hand catch it the way they do, they really work at their game.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Next drive coming up for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm not sure what was going on this past season in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania, but you think about the Eagles and these Steelers and the injury bug that bit both of them, it's really hard to fathom. If it's germane to the Steelers, though, the dreadful start really began with the injury to Ben Roethlisberger, lost for the year after 2 weeks, and things, although they obviously picked things up later in the year, Charles, started to go south right there.
I think their head coach, Mike Tomlin, not going to win head coach of the year, but to me deserves great consideration because 1-4 start, then they won 8 out of 10, and no Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback. In fact, they went through, as we would count it, essentially 4 quarterbacks this year when you count Joshua Dobbs in the preseason before he was traded to Jacksonville. You end up with an undrafted rookie, Devlin Hodges out of Samford, the Duck guy, Duck Dynasty himself. But this team, 30th in total offense. They've got a lot of work to do next year, but they get Roethlisberger back, get a healthy James Conner back, they'll be right back in the hunt for the AFC North title.
So even though Pittsburgh's had a lot of great playoff years under Mike Tomlin, you think maybe this was his most impressive coaching job?
To me, this team could have collapsed and just gone totally south with the 1-4 start and all the injuries that we were noting. They didn't do that. They continued to press and were actually in the hunt, in the thick of the playoff race until a loss to Buffalo at home. I believe it was on a Sunday or a Monday night, and that pretty much knocked them out of it.
And remember, they lost their first-round pick. They gave that away in the trade for Minkah Fitzpatrick, which some people questioned at the time. Turned out okay for them this year.
Turned out better than okay, and while they didn't make the playoffs, Minkah Fitzpatrick became an all-pro player. Finding his role in Pittsburgh, he'll be able to be at that level for many years to come for the Steelers.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Roethlisberger. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he's got him. Touchdown, Saints. Drew Brees does it again. 3 first-half touchdown passes for him now. And the Saints, oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now it's Roethlisberger. Moncrief brings it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald, 37 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will get them one closer. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up. And
that's caught inside the 35. And finally out of bounds all the way down to about the 2. A big play there just before halftime. 71 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a set. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, as the first half is winding down. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from 2 yards.